I would like to call this meeting order, and if everybody could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Do we have a roll call, please, Stacy?
Justin Rock.
Here.
Mary Ann Eisner. Here. Ian Gudo is absent excused. David Glabe.
Here.
Ricky Joe Hickey is absent excused. Molly King.
Here.
Denise Wheeler is absent excused.
Is there any changes to the agenda this evening?
There is one change on the public comments. We have an introduction for fire department personnel, and we have word that he is not going to be here tonight. He is working. So we will see if he can join us for the August meeting.
Perfect. All right, consent agenda. Does anybody see anything that they need to have more discussion, or do we have a motion?
No, I just have a question. I wasn't here at the last meeting. Can I still vote on approving of the minutes?
Yes, you can.
Okay, that's all I needed.
Thank you. A motion?
Oh, you want a motion now?
That'd be great.
Okay, I move we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? No. All right, so this part of the meeting will be for public comments. If you do wish to speak of something that is not on the agenda this evening, then this is the time. You have a 3-minute time limit, and if anybody would like to step up, now is the time. Nobody's jumping up, so we will move on. Public hearings, we have none. Unfinished business, we have none. New business. All right, we will start off with the first one, considering final plot for the True Subdivision Phase 5, file number 01 sub 24. And with that, can we have the staff report, Mike?
Yeah, I'll just give you a quick summary. We're not ready on this one. The applicant is waiting on a title report to be completed, which has taken them longer than planned. And so they didn't have the plat ready tonight. And so you're asked to table this to the August 6th meeting, and we'll
I just have
Consider it
one
then.
question. I thought that in here it said there was 12 housing, but when I look at the plot, it looks like there's 13. Is that?
I think there's going to be 16 now.
Oh, 16.
Yeah, so they have gone through in the last version, they got the planning commission's approval to expand their 13th lot, or their, I guess maybe it was lot 12,
Okay.
into, because I think that was a typo in the first one for 13.
Okay.
But anyway, they split that last lot into, I think, 4 or 5 lots. So there's
Oh,
16 total
okay.
anyway, but we'll I'll bring that to you next month if you table it.
From what I've noticed when I was there, it looks like 5 of them are sold. Is that right?
Yeah, and they've got, I think, lots 1 through
Well, there's 4 through something.
8 or something under construction, and
Well, they don't
yeah,
never
with
have-
4 or 5 sold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's,
So,
yeah,
so from this point, we're just going to table it until next time, so we won't get any more discussion.
okay.
So- Go ahead, please.
I move that the final plot for the True Subdivision Phase 5 be tabled until the August 6, 2025 City Council regular session meeting.
Second.
Do we need to vote on that, Robert? You do. Perfect. All right, we have a first and a second. All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? Nope. All right, we'll move on to the next one, which is considering awarding for Historic Preservation Consult for listing the Grande Carnegie Library on the National Register of Historic Places. And with that, we have a staff report.
Yeah, so this is a project you're familiar with. This is a grant that you approved my office and the Landmarks Commission to apply for. So this is to get the Carnegie Library listed on the National Register. And so tonight we're asking you to award a bid to the Brunswick Historical Consultant, who was our low bidder and also the high scorer in our ranking. And so on the second page in your CAF is roughly what our scoring criteria was, and then we heavily weighted that to award to the lowest bidder. And the reason we kind of ranked it this way was that if we were not to select the lowest bidder, we would need alternative criteria for why not. And so it just happened that, this consultant, regardless of being the low bidder, also ranked well in other categories. And so, so with that, anyway, the Landmarks Commission and staff recommend that that this bid go to Brunswick Historical for this project.
Mike, the score on the ability of the consultant to complete the project within the deadline was a little bit lower on that one. Are we still confident that that's going to be okay?
Yes, because part of why that is scored, some of the other ones didn't score well either, but part of it was that if the project was not accepted by SHPO because there needed to be amendments and those kind of things, they had a criteria in there that they would do up to 2 amendments.
Okay.
And I contacted SHPO, and SHPO said, 1 amendment should be just fine, and so the fact that they're doing 2 is great. Where some of the other consultants that scored higher didn't identify a limit to how many times they're going to make. They're just going to do it till it's done. And anyway, so we were confident with the 2, and that's why they got that lower score, though.
Thanks.
Perfect. Is there any more questions for Mr. Mike? Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
This time we would like to invite public comments. I see none. Any more council discussion? A motion?
I move that Brunswick Historical be selected as the successful bidder for completing a successful nomination of the Grande Carnegie Library building to the National Register of Historic Places.
Second.
We have a motion and second. Any more discussion needed? No. Perfect. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? No. All right. Our next item will be considering adopting a citizen to the Landmarks Commission. Looks like we have a vacancy for 3 more years. Is that correct, Robert?
Remainder of 3.
Remainder of 3, perfect. With that, I'm just going to jump right into it. I move that Connor Wood be appointed to the Landmark Advisory Commission for the remainder of a 3-year term, which will expire on December 31st, 2026. Any discussion?
Do you need a second?
That would be great.
Oh, a second.
Thank you. All right, all in favor? Aye.
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 Anybody opposed? Nope. All right, moving right along. County Commissioner update. Good evening.
Good evening, Mayor and councilors. Guess what?
You got it.
She signed it.
Yeah. No, she hasn't signed yet.
Oh.
I've been saying this story quite a bit, but as a lot of you may have known that the legislation has passed the capital construction project for the fairgrounds. So the next step is just having the governor sign it, and we have $2.5 million going to the completion of the water and sewer project to cross the Grand Run River and I-84.
Nice. Good job.
This is the furthest we've gotten. So right now, I don't think the signing is going to be an issue. If you've been following the news, the transportation ODOT package was not passed, and I hear she's trying to do a special session. Don't know what that's going to entail, but fingers crossed that we get through this one and the project will get funded. In other news, Governor Kotek was trying to get about $90 million for residential treatment across the state of Oregon. And our opioid settlement advisory committee had Pinnacle Research Company, boy, this is a mouthful, come and do some data and research for our area, and we have submitted our project in for that. She did not receive $90 million, but she got $65 million. So our project is going to be $15 million, and we are on the top of the list. So we may also be seeing a $15 million ask coming our direction for a residential treatment facility here in next year or two. So fingers crossed on that as well.
So you're saying here, meaning Union County?
Union County, yes. There's a huge need on the opioid advisory settlement committee. We have representatives from Chief Bell, City Manager Strope, the sheriff, the jail, CHD, the hospital, the county, and it's the same, like you're receiving opioid funding as well. But we have the advisory committee for the county, and this was a project that we felt was a necessity for Union County. So we may be getting that as well.
That's great.
Yeah, it'll help our jails, it'll help our hospital, and hopefully get our residents that need this help, the acute help that they need.
And 15 million is adequate.
We've been going back and forth over that number, and 15 million, yes. That will be actually purchasing the plot of land and building it, and RFP for who's going to run it. That's the biggest thing. I know there's interest from CHD to run it, which is fantastic, because there's a couple others that have been built across the state. They just can't find anybody to run these facilities. Wasco County's gone back and forth. I think they finally did find somebody, and they're up and running right now. It's a pretty big facility. So there's a big one in Deschutes County. There's one now in Wasco County. Baker has a small facility, and they put in also, but it's just for some refurbishing, but not any extra beds.
Good.
So, I mean, a lot of things happening. So hopefully we get the ODOT thing figured out, and she signs it, and we could go put some shovels in the ground at the fairgrounds. It's been a long haul.
Long process.
Yeah, and we did pass our budget last week, and county-wise, that is it. Besides, happy 4th of July.
So do you have to do another study? I mean, is the 2.5 million going to be adequate again to do what you want to do?
Yes.
Fairgrounds?
Yep.
Okay.
We are, when the check is in the mail, we do have some, because the project is 4.3 million. So that 2.5 was just enough to finish the project. So we could, I haven't met with the construction company at Becker Construction yet, but we could probably get started with the money we have in reserves to get moving and wait for the 2.5 to come, because it takes a year. It may not be in our checking account until next year or the year after. It moves slow. But at least we have some to actually get started.
Okay.
But I doubt we'll get started this year. I think it'll be as soon as the snow melts next year, we'll get moving on it.
Okay.
I'm excited to see the guy that's going to trench under the Grand Ronde River.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting. I guess there's a guy that does it. Because we found a way under I-84, we just need to get under the Grand Ronde River. It's exciting.
Yes. Good job.
Any questions?
Good job.
So what are you going to do now?
Well, there's always stuff to do. There's always plenty. I really, the last couple of years I've had many, many projects, but this year I literally told the other commissioners and a lot of legislation, I am done talking about the fairgrounds funding, and so I just said I am focusing on this, and that is it. I wrote a couple letters of support for a couple other House bills and Senate bills, but literally everybody just said, leave Matt alone. He's just going to go, I'm going to finish this. And we did. Yeah, we got it.
Okay.
Well, hopefully we got it. She still needs it. But that's it. Any other questions?
No?
Happy 4th.
Appreciate it.
Oh, it's getting dry out there. We haven't done any firework bans or any of that, but everyone please be safe with your fireworks inside city limits and in the county. We all know that. But, all right. Happy 4th.
Thank you, Commissioner. Staff comments. Is there any staff that would like to comment this evening? Since there's a lot of you.
Mr. Mayor, councilors, I don't want to ruin your record pace here, but just wanted to give you an update and some ammo for when you're asked questions on the roadway project. So if you didn't notice, we did get the contractor in town. We've got 12th Street, N Avenue, Alder, and Walnut mostly done. So on Walnut, we did run into a problem. We did the grinder down Walnut coming between Washington and Maine. And they brought in the tack trailer, which puts on, a nice layer of tack so the new asphalt will stick inside that inlay. and the tack trailer sunk through what was left of the asphalt into the subgrade. And we found, kind of like we've been talking before, just a roadway that wasn't built the way it should have been. And so we said, well, put the asphalt back because we can't have a broken road. We got one lane that's paved and one that's not. So if somebody asks why we did that, it's because we found a bad subgrade. We'll be back to fix it. We're just not going to fix it today. So perfectly safe, no problems with it there, but we'll be back to fix that after we get some other stuff done. Also, the other big question we've been getting is a lot of people are asking, why didn't you grind right up to the curb? If you haven't noticed, a lot of our curbs are not ideal. So sometimes you'll have a regular curb and then it'll switch over to one with a gutter. And if you hit one of those with the grinder, it's going to rip the curb right out of the ground and just destroy the curb. So then we'd have to stop, pour a new curb. It's just a nightmare. So traditionally what we do is we grind up to about 2 feet away from the curb. We inlay our asphalt, and then next year, after the asphalt's had a chance to kind of tactify, we'll come back and we'll do a chip seal over the whole thing, and it'll be a nice, smooth, even-looking wearing surface. So a lot of people don't like that we have done road maintenance that isn't really attractive, but it is the engineered method of how we're going to build good roads moving into the future. So coming up next, we've got 6th Street probably in the next 2 weeks, which is from right about the police station all the way down to C. Then we'll drop back to X and Y on the north side, and then we're going to hit this section of Washington that's gotten so horrific. So
What about 12th? Isn't 12th on the,
12th is done.
oh, 12th is on 6th, oh, 6th.
Is it striped?
No, ODOT comes through in stripes near the end of the season.
Oh,
So they'll be back later. Oh, they'll be back. We pay them, so they'll take that funding. And 18th is on the list for later this year to do a skim coat, which is a Band-Aid. But we know it's a Band-Aid because we're still waiting on FEMA for replacing a bridge. But it'll be a nice, smooth, black surface for everybody to drive on for at least 5 years.
So Kyle, when going down C or Geckler, there's certain places on the sidewalk that are dug out. Why is that?
I think those were removed because when it gets really hot around here, we have expansive concrete, and what you'll see is the sidewalk panels will actually start to lift up and
Right.
form a V. So they'll take those out, put in expansion joints so that it'll keep them from the sidewalks moving up. It just cracks them. So every once in a while, we have to go through and remove every panel that's picked up and pour new ones.
Okay.
I'm happy to answer any other questions, but that's all I got for you today.
Yes.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you.
Any other staff comments? City manager?
Thank you. Just one thing, on the 9th, which is next Wednesday, at 4:30, the council is going to meet, and there will be a stakeholder director combined panel. So we'll kick off at 4:30 to interview 2 finalists for the city manager position. So next Wednesday here, the council will get together, adjourn to executive session, go through an interview process, and then reconvene and perhaps have a decision. So just a reminder about that.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
Any counselor comments?
Just that this is July, and so it's the car show and the Crazy Days is coming. Oh, Crazy Days, they're having a street dance at Max Square on the 18th that night, and then the car show and Crazy Days is really on the 19th of July. Yeah.
Any other counselor comments? With that, we are adjourned.
Cool. This is the fun.